so my framework that I use is this question. It's just like, what do I, it's everything you said. Why are they here? What did they come to get? But I ask the question to myself every time, what do these people need to experience? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? What do they need to feel while I am in front of them? I have zero focus on how I look, what I sound like. My focus is always like, and again, I'm like, God, there's one person. Even if there's 2,000 or 3,000 people, I'm like, who's the one? Who's the one person that I'm here to go touch their heart and move them? I call it MTI, move, touch, inspire. And I just asked that question. What do these people need to experience so that they'll actually leave and go do something versus I got excited, I got a little caffeine shot, I'm gonna go back and do the same thing. I want people to see something and to feel something, be like, oh my gosh, I have to go do something different. So that's really my beginning framework. And then, yeah, I do have the way I intro myself, with some of the stories, but I'm always listening to the voice. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'm always listening to the voice. I call it the voice. People call it God, the universe. But I really believe I don't believe. I know. When I listen to the voice to say something, to move somewhere, and I do it, man, like we win. If I ignore it because I'm afraid to say something that needs to be said, I don't help the people that are supposed to be helped. So I listen, and I've just, faith. After a while, it's like, I know it's coming. I already know. I know when I step into that room, someone's going to feel and experience something. And then now we're on the path together.
And you don't care if there's 2,000 people in the room and only one likes it.
I'm looking for the one.
See, I'm the opposite. I want everybody to be like, yeah. I want them to throw up. I want them to stand up and throw babies.
Shoot. Well, what ends up happening if you touch the one the right way, they almost always get touched the way they need to be touched and moved.
So, dude, you probably hear a lot of stories and issues and problems in life.
Yeah.
Because in coaching, I'm sure you get people to open up.
100%.
And you've had some serious stories being thrown at you.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like sometimes all of those, how do you keep them from affecting you?
So there's a capacity that a coach builds up. And by a capacity, I mean, when for the first time, if you're hearing someone come and dump their problems on you, like you might absorb it and take it in, and all of a sudden you're in the pit with them. As a coach, my job is to not take it and absorb it. I take it, I hear it, I got it right in front of me, and I just have a set of eyes that's like, do you want to move forward or do you want to stay put? And if someone wants to stay put and just tell their victim story, I get it, I've been there. Cool, I listen, and if someone wants to actually move forward, then I've got, this practice. It's like repetition, practice, something you teach and preach. Repetition, practice. You do it long enough, I could coach from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m, on the hour, every hour, and be done. Yeah, I'll be a little tired, but I'll go home and I'm like, dad shows up. In the beginning, when guys learn how to coach or run an event or speak on a stage, it's exhausting because they don't have the capacity or the competency to handle what's coming at them. So it's after a while, you get really good at it. I can go from a serious conversation, someone's on the verge of divorce, someone's tens of millions of dollars, they're losing. Someone's on the verge of trying to commit something, high pressure, high stakes. And after a while as a coach, I'm like, cool, let's go solve it, let's go figure it out. And then when I'm done, I go home and 5-star daddy shows up, 5-star husband shows up.
I know you have an event coming up. I don't know if it's going to be quick enough for this to drop, or long enough. You have multiple events throughout the year?
Yes. So
if somebody listening is like, dude, I love this dude. How do they go to an event or look you up?
The best place to go is just to my website, setemagali.com, SETEMAGALI.com. From there, you'll see a podcast, you'll see this group, just a number of experiences, and that's the best place to start. And I'll say this on stage, I'll say this to people within their face. I don't care if you like me. As a coach, not there to be liked. You don't pay me to be your buddy. You actually pay me to help you get a result, to actually tell the truth, the real truth, to stop lying, to stop avoiding. And it's uncomfortable for most people, but for the people who are like, I'm done pretending, I'm done with the mask, I'm done with the facade, I actually want to move my life forward and up. I'm not the guy for everyone, but I am the guy for the people who are like, I can resonate with this cat. I like a dude who's going to punch me in the throat, punch me in the face, and be real with me.
And not only that, I mean, to me, that's how you get to the bottom line the quickest.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, like, you can bullshit people. What's the purpose? You know, I like to cut to the chase and keep it real my damn self.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not necessarily a coach because I don't have, you know, a program. You've got not only a program, but you've got several, and they're dialed in. How long usually does one hang with you?
Yeah. So if someone comes and works with us, they're probably on average 2 to 3 years. I've got clients who are 3, 4, now 5 years with us, and they're going to probably be with us.
Well, it's like a family.
Yeah, very close. Like I have clients in our group who are like, I'm in like 3 other groups plus yours, but they're like, your group, Setema, is all heart. Like, we're heart. Like, I'm a hug people. I tell people I love you, and I mean it. I don't just say it. Like, people are like, how can you say you love them? But after a while, the clients are like, I love you too, coach. Like, I'm a loving guy with a big heart. God gave me capacity. I can meet someone and be like, I love you. Like, I mean it. And that's my groups. Love, big heart.
How many groups do you got?
So our main group is what we call our Circle of Champions. We have a group called the Huddle. And we have some other groups like for our stage speakers and our coaches. But those are our main groups, Circle of Champions and then the Huddle.
So, dude, if someone wanted to be a speaker, you could help them with that too?
I have a stage speaking boot camp. It's a 3-day program. And again, I'm very dynamic on the stage. If you go to like my Instagram, you'll see some clips. I mean, I'm dripping with sweat. I'm covering the stage left to right. I'm engaging the audience. It's a show. Like, I'm like, you can't be boring. People ain't gonna listen.
Where did you get that? You developed it, or are you just naturally talented?
So, number one, there's some natural talent, obviously. Number two, I grew up doing Polynesian dancing. We're entertainers. We're entertainers. That's what you do when you do a luau or an MC or you're a musician. You learn how to get in front of 2,000 people. Brothers, this is aloha. I do a luau or I'm MCing something, and there's some natural talent. Like 2 of my sons, actually all 3 of my sons, they got to give them a mic. They'll like take over. I'm like, oh my gosh, they got the same thing I got. Give them a mic, give them a stage, and they can go. And then obviously you watch other speakers. I'd watch Tony, I'd watch Zig, Jim Rohn. I'm like, I like that. I'm gonna take that. I take it, I use it, put it into my tool belt, and after a while it becomes yours.
Who's your fave?
Oh, man.
You kind of sound like Tony, too.
I get that sometimes. I used to do the whole, say I still do. I clap a lot. We do a lot of things.
And the way he claps, he has
big hands.
He has this weird clap.
We do a lot of 2 claps when I speak. My favorite, man, I don't know if I have a favorite. Tony's great. Brandon Bouchard, I sure like Brandon's just this.
I've never heard him speak.
No, he's phenomenal.
I always thought he was like a funnel king or something.
No, he's a trainer. He has a style, right? He has a certain style, but
isn't he kind of like
he's
Poindextery?
He's a happy dude.
He's not like a cool dude.
Nah, but he's cool in his own way.
I thought Brandon Bouchard was like a funnel expert.
Well, he is a funnel expert, but he's a game changer kind of guy.
I didn't know that.
No,
I gotta go look him up because a lot of people talk good about him.
He's great. He's great. He's fun. And then again, there's guys from the industry that I've been in, right? Again, the guy we know, Garrett Whites, he's phenomenal. He's pretty wild. I've seen Russell Brunson, but again, I like a lot of speakers.
You've never seen Brad Lee?
I've not seen you live yet. I've seen you on video, but I haven't seen you live.
That's the same shit.
Nah, it's different, man.
No, same shit.